I'm excited to be welcome on one of the newest members of the South Carolina team, Jacobi Wright. What's going on there, bro?
What's going on?
Not much, man. Well, before we go any further, man, you made the big move. You committed. Congratulations, man,
Thank you. Thank you.
for sure. So let's talk about that. You had a lot of options. Why is South Carolina the school you'll be attending in the following year?
I just felt like all around it best fit me. I like the coaching staff, great people, great players surrounding me. They just a lot of things that make me a better basketball player and a better person. And just another thing that just is close to my home. I'm from South Carolina, so it's about an hour from where I stay. My parents can make the game. The rest of my family. So
And I think that's the big part. I mean, aside from it obviously being a respectable program, a program that gets guys to the NBA, it's close to your home. I mean, what's it going to
yeah,
be like kind of having that sense of hometown kind of kid pride?
and it just adds a little bit more pride to it. Being from South Carolina, wearing that across your chest, it's just a good feeling. And my family is very passionate about coming to see me play. They like basketball, so that'll just be like normal AAU games or high school games. They'll still be there.
Mm-hmm. And you're going through your process. Like I said, you had a lot of other options. What was it about like staying home? How much of a priority was that to you when you went the recruitment process?
That was big. It kind of helped me narrow down my list easier, and just it made the decision a lot easier. Being that South Carolina is a big school and it's home, so it really made a lot of difference.
And take us through some of the teams that you also were heavily considering.
Winthrop, they also pretty close to where I stay. Heavily considering them. Their coaches did a great job in recruiting me. UNC Charlotte did a great job. I was heavily considering them. South Florida and Rhode Island probably after those. That's probably the top five right there, other than South Carolina.
And so those obviously were, like you said, all more somewhere close to home. What were some other things you were looking for in college? What separates South Carolina from everyone else?
Just some things I was looking for was like colleges that really showed that they wanted me as a player. I honestly more than basketball. A place where I can get a great education. Uh, a place where the coaching staff build a relationship with my family. Because my family got to send me off to be around people for 4 years, hopefully. So they just wanted somewhere where they felt that they would be comfortable leaving me. That's why South Carolina, Frank Martin is a great coach, great person. A lot of people tell me that, he builds great relationships with the players and all of them love him. So, they had 0 transfers this year. So that just goes to show that uh, he makes his players want to stay. And that was a big part of helping me choose them.
And you said something that I think not a lot of guys talk about, but I think has to be something guys do look at, and that's the transfer thing. This past year,
Mm-hmm.
there was the most transfers in college history. I mean, a part of it you can give obviously the Corona stuff, want to come closer to
Yeah.
home, but I mean, when you look at a program that doesn't often lose guys, a lot of guys just want to stay by into a program. How much more appealing is that to you?
It was big. That's one of the things they kind of mentioned in recruiting me, and it kind of stood out just because even from guys that not everybody plays in the season. Some guys don't get as many minutes as others, but for those guys that also want to stay, it just shows that they're doing something right over there, and their players are very comfortable playing at that school. So that was another part that helped me pick South Carolina.
I said earlier they obviously are a respectable program, but a couple of years ago they had that elite run in the tournament. When you see
Mm-hmm.
a program that gets a lot of flash in that, you see guys in Darius Thornwell go to the NBA in the last couple of years. I mean, what was that like, just embracing that, being in your city and seeing the way they were able to do that?
It's honestly it's a big accomplishment for them, and just watching that is like, I mean, if they made it, why can't I do it when I go there? It shows me that they have what it takes to make a run, and they've done it before. They have the experience. So for me to go there and want to make it, far into the tournament, I know that I have a chance. They've done it before, and they can help me help the team, make it another run like that, hopefully.
I could imagine your ultimate goal is to eventually play in the NBA, at least play professionally someday, following college. Seeing the fact that they do have some guys make the NBA jump, even go play, a lot of guys play professionally. What was that like seeing?
Um, yeah, that's definitely a goal of me to at least play professionally. The NBA would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing that they've coached some guys and helped some guys get there shows me that I have a chance too. They definitely have done it before, and it just helps me believe that they can help me get there too, as long as I do my part. So.
You mentioned obviously Coach Frank Martin, a great coach. He's been in college for a long time now. What's your bond like with him?
It's a pretty good bond. We're building a relationship. You know, it's hard to. I haven't been able to see him since I went on a one or two visits during the school season, but we still text over the phone, have some phone calls, had a Zoom call with my family. So this is just a good bond growing. He's a great guy, so that hopefully that keeps growing. Have a great relationship.
We know the class of 2021. This is hopefully a once-in-a-lifetime class that only you guys will have to go through, and that's obviously not the typical last AAU year for you guys. Probably not going to happen, as well as not getting the full visits and all that stuff. What went into that decision? I mean, did you kind of plan on wanting to commit this early before COVID hit, or did COVID kind of make you want to speed it up a little bit?
I would say it wanted to help me speed it up. If we play AAU, I probably would have dragged my decision out a little longer. But you know, just seeing that we probably weren't going to play AAU and just seeing how things were going, I just wanted to make my decision a little quicker. And, you know, I wouldn't have made it if I didn't feel like I had somewhere that I really wanted to go and somewhere that fit me. But I had that in South Carolina, so I ended up choosing them because I just felt like I have what I need. You know, they want me, so I'm going to just take it and, you know, don't let the opportunity slip away to maybe another player, or you never know. So that's why I decided to do it earlier.
Would you say even before COVID, though, committing before the high school season was always going to be a priority for you?
Yeah, I would definitely say that. Maybe not as early as I did, but I definitely wanted to commit before the start of the next high school season. I don't know exactly what date, but definitely.
And that's something I've had quite a few guys talk about now on your team. You're one of the only guys yet to have Allen now. So they've all talked about 4 of you guys are going to be seniors next year. 4 of you guys have already commit. You just head in the season next year, not having to worry about all the college stuff. How excited are you to get ready for next season now?
Man, it's exciting because, you know, it takes a lot of weight off your shoulders. It's like you know where you're going. You don't have you don't have a lot of coaches hitting your phone. It's a lot of less distractions, you know. Coaches do their job in recruiting, but, you know where you're going, I feel like you know exactly what you need to work on, what you're going to need to do to play at that school you're going to. You can kind of just set a focus on what you need to do rather than, you know, still playing to get maybe more offers or still looking to where you want to go. It's just less things to worry about.
And you guys have been on the rise, getting a lot more attention, having guys like Nick Claxton go through the program. You guys had a really solid year last year. Obviously, you, Ike, we see what Perry was. We saw him up and coming. Now you guys land 2 big-time players in Keon and Bryce. How excited are you guys to really get the season started?
Man, we have some group chats. You know, we're really getting excited. We can't wait to really get in and start working with each other because, you know, we're excited about the team we're going to have. It's a really good team. We're trying to make a lot of noise in high school basketball. So whenever we start getting into the gym, it's going to be fun.
And that's 5 at least around top 100 kind of caliber players. How do you guys kind of plan to get that chemistry, even with everything up in the air in terms of when you guys can actually start working out together?
I don't think it's actually going to be as hard just because I feel like the group of guys that, you know, we bring in are all pretty unselfish. I think we all have common goals. We all know that. So we're just going to use each other to, you know, accomplish all of our goals. I don't think not sharing the ball or anything will be a problem. I think we're all good people at the end of the day. So I don't think it'll be as tough as it may sound, although we have a lot of talent. And, you know, our coaches will definitely still help with that, putting that together. But I think we'll do a pretty good job at putting that talent together.
And you personally now, I mean, there'll be 2 sides to this question. The first part is you personally, obviously we know you had a great year last year. Adding a lot more star talent to the team might obviously drop down averages potentially for you. But if there wasn't all the other guys coming in, what do you think you personally as a player are capable of putting up in a season?
My goal, I set a goal for myself just to try to get a double-double, average double-double. You know, I feel like I can score more or I can pass more, but I'm just the type of guy to do whatever the team needs. If they need me to score, I'll, you know, put more effort into that. If they need me to facilitate, I'll put more effort into that. So I try to stay around double-double numbers. That's like really my goal. But, you know, bringing more people in might change that, but, you know.
No doubt. And now, like I said, you guys have at least 5 high major level players. As I said, 4 years of commit now. I'm sure the trash talk is going to start getting going once you guys get together about who's going to win when you guys play in college. And what would it be like to go up against some of these guys in college throughout your career?
Man, it'll be great. You know, playing against guys you play with and build relationships with. You know, it's definitely going to be competitive. I'm not going to want to lose against their schools if we play, but it'll just be great to see them on the court. You know, I like to see my brothers do good and accomplish things as well. So seeing them playing at the college level and them seeing me will just be a good experience. Just seeing them again.
One of those guys that have yet to commit, he is the 2022 class, obviously Perry. He's the guy that's going to start really heavily going through his recruiting process now. One of the schools he is also considering is South Carolina. What would it be like to possibly play with him again in college someday?
That'd be great. If he ended up at the same school as me, if that's what he chooses, I wouldn't mind it. I'm gonna definitely help him recruit, and if he feels like he want to go to South Carolina, I'll definitely throw in a pitch or try to help him get there. So I'll just do my part and talk to him and things like that.
And him, as well as all the other guys that could possibly start going through the recruiting process on your guys' team, how do you kind of plan to help them through this recruiting process? What's some of the biggest advice and tips you give them and how they get set on their journey?
The main thing I would just do is, tell them some of the things I went through. Everybody's process is different, but really all I can do is tell them give him some knowledge of what I went through and what I did in certain situations. And if he has any questions, answer them to the best of my ability.
No doubt. And one of the big things about you guys is you guys aren't necessarily like a big prep school in terms of traveling nonstop every week pretty much. But there are going to be a lot of big tournaments you guys have been invited to that you guys will participate. To be in those big tournaments, those big stages, what's that going to be like?
Honestly, I think our team's goal is just to go in and win, no matter how big it is. I'm gonna just try to keep our team focused on the goal. It's easy to get distracted by large crowds. You get excited to play, and that's expected. But I just want our team to go in and try to win as many games as possible and stay focused during these big tournaments.
And you guys have a chance to be a really good team, a top 25, top 10 even possible team this year. What's the expectation when you guys look at the national stage and where you guys can kind of stand up against those teams?
I think we can compete against most teams in the country, if not every team. And I think our expectation is just to win. We don't expect to go in and, be scared to play anybody or nervous to play any of the top dogs. So we just want to go in and prove that we can compete and win against the best teams in the country.
Now, you've been able to be coached by a coach for a couple of years now. What's your bond with coach, and how's it going to kind of help lead you guys this upcoming year?
Coach BJ is a great coach. I really believe that he can, put this thing together and win a lot of games. Last year, I think we won more games than we expected to win just off of coaching. And, he puts us in the right position to win against teams. And, we do a lot of great scouting. So I think he'll be able to really push us over the top in some games.
And you look at it, you got 1 year now until you probably start heading out to college. What's some stuff you want to add to your game, improve on, so you're ready to get in there and do your thing right away?
One thing I'm really focusing on is my body. Going to college, transitioning to college from high school, guys are much stronger, much older, more athletic. So that's one thing I really want to get or just add to my game, keep getting stronger so I can, take contact, finish through contact, be able to play defense better, make more plays. So I'm really going to focus on that, becoming more athletic and just shooting off the dribble and leading a team. Leading a college team is much harder than high school, definitely. So especially as a freshman. So I just want to work on those things so I can not limit myself once I get there.
As you said, you're going to go in there, your leadership, everyone always talks about you obviously being a great leader in the locker room. How as a freshman do you kind of plan to be able to go in there and just be able to kind of get guys respect and become a leader in the locker room that early on?
I think it's just with them playing alongside me, playing against me in practice. I just got to, prove myself. Coming in as a freshman isn't easy, but, when you play against people and you show them that, you can compete and you belong, I think they gain respect for you. And then just doing what I do in the game, as long as I show up in the game, I think it leaves no doubt that I'll have some respect in the locker room. Actions speak louder than words. So as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do on the court, I think everything will be all right.
It won't be an easy conference you're going to be heading into. The SEC, one if not the best conference in all America. How excited to be a part of that?
It's very exciting. You get to play against some of the best players in the country in the SEC. It's a physical conference as well. So I'm excited to just go and show what I can do and prove myself again.
Who would you say is the biggest team or the team you're most excited for that in the upcoming season when you guys play?
I say if I had to pick a team, I would say definitely Kentucky probably. That's just an amazing program. They send a lot of players to the league. So that game would be exciting for me just to play against people I know definitely probably going to the NBA. And then just some players I know that's good, like Sharif Cooper at Auburn, if he's still there. That would be a game. Jaden Springer at Tennessee. Those are some games that I'm playing against good people at my position. So did I know?
And you're not the only guy already committed to your class. Obviously, a little Steven as well. What's your guys' relationship like? Have you guys got to talk much?
Yeah, we text a lot. Coach Frank put us in a group chat before we kind of knew each other, just to introduce us to each other. And after that, we just kind of built a bond. Started texting and calling each other. Great dude, easy to get along with him. So that should continue to grow as well.
So you guys didn't really know each other before you guys commit. It was more once you guys both commit, you guys got to know each other now.
Yep, that was pretty much how that went.
Gotcha. And so there's two guys down. Is there anyone else you guys are kind of looking at, possibly targeting to add to this class?
Just depending on the scholarships with South Carolina, we definitely probably will add one more. I don't have any names specifically yet, but as soon as we know what we want to go after, I'll definitely play my part in trying to get him at South Carolina.
That's big time, man. My last thing before I let you go is I can imagine you want to build a legacy for yourself at South Carolina, however many years you're able to be there. What do you want that legacy to be? What do you want to be remembered for?
Just remember for being a great player and a great person. I just want to leave my mark on the program. You never know what can happen. So every day I'm gonna just work hard, and try to prove myself on the court and see where that takes me.
Absolutely, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking time to come on, my guy. Look forward to seeing what God's got next for you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. You always welcome on, bro. God bless.
You too.